Hey everybody! So in this video, we are going to talk about DID and making decisions and how that works for us. Now, in our system, we have a lot of people, and I'm not in communication with all of them, so unfortunately, I cannot get everyone's input on decisions that we make. But what I can do is I can get the input from the people that I am in communication with, and if there's somebody that they can talk to that I can't, they can pass it along, and we can come to some sort of unanimous decision as best as possible. But decision-making in DID is not easy, because we have to take into account lots of different people's needs, wants, feelings, etc., and it's not going to be a simple process to just go out and go, oh, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And it's not always something that we all agree on. Sometimes one person wants to do one thing and another person wants to do another thing and somebody else wants to do something completely different. So a lot of times what we do is we sit down and we take a vote. We write down all the most popular answers that everybody gives, their absolute, I want to do this right now, favorite thing to do that they feel needs to get done right this minute, and then we all vote, and whichever decision gets the most votes, that's the one we pick. And that doesn't mean that that's the only thing we're going to do at all. It just means that that's the one that we're going to do first. Because sometimes what we do is we pick the first decision based on the votes, and then the next decision is whichever one got the second most votes, and so on. But for some decisions, we try to get fairly unanimous yeses on certain things. Like when it came to making these videos, I talked with everybody up in the front, and we all agreed that this was an okay thing to be doing. Some people don't feel as comfortable being on camera, so they choose not to do that, but everybody agreed that it was okay for those of us who were comfortable to make these videos. And that's the thing, is when you're making decisions with DID, you need to take into account everyone in the system that you can communicate with's perspective and opinions and feelings, because their feelings matter too. What they think and feel is just as important as what the host thinks and feels, or whoever happens to be out at the time thinks and feels. Everybody needs to be okay with any big decisions. Now, does that mean that I ask everybody about every little decision that I make when I'm out here? No, because that would be exhausting and rather silly. So we make the rule that if it's a big decision, if it's going to affect the body, or if it's going to affect all of us in some way, shape, or form, that we talk about it. If it's something simple like what we're having for dinner, then that's just up to whoever happens to be out. Usually me, but not always. Little decisions, what to wear, or what to eat, what shampoo to buy. Those things we don't worry too much about. Unless, of course, somebody's allergic to something, and then, of course, we make accommodations for that. But we don't discuss every single decision that we ever make. We do, however, discuss big decisions, like making these videos, or for me to take testosterone. That was something that we all discussed at length, and everybody agreed that because I'm the only one who feels any real attachment to our body, that I could do with it what I wanted as long as I let everybody know what I was doing first. And overall, we have a good system going for communicating about these things and making decisions. But if you don't have the ability to speak internally with your system, that does not mean that you can't get their input. You can journal, you can leave each other messages on your phone, you can leave each other video messages, you can draw pictures, you can relay it through a third party. Any way that you can communicate is a positive thing. As long as everybody's talking, that's what's important, not how they're talking. So if you have DID and you need to communicate with someone and you can't communicate with them internally, find another way that works for everybody, something that makes everybody happy and makes everybody feel safe as best you possibly can, and just talk. Don't make big decisions without the input of the rest of your system, because people will get upset. Because nobody likes to feel left out of decisions that affect their life. So it's very important that everybody be at least aware of what the decision is, even if not everybody 100% agrees. Because you're not going to agree on everything. We certainly don't agree on everything. Like, there's certain foods I really like that others really hate. So they just avoid being near the front while I'm eating them. And vice versa. Some of them have foods I really don't like that they really do like, so I just avoid being anywhere near the front when they're eating them. We all do our best to make each other comfortable and accommodate everybody's needs and feelings as best as we possibly can. But essentially, it's like having roommates. We consult each other. We take each other into account. We talk things out before we make big decisions, because it's important. And as long as you're communicating with your system and it's healthy, positive communication, not yelling or screaming or name-calling, then however you make decisions is valid, and that's fine. And I really hope that anybody out there who has DID, who isn't in communication with their system members at this time, is able to find some way to make things easier and make everybody feel safe enough to communicate and talk. I hope you all liked this video. If you did like this video, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also, please leave us comments. We love to hear your opinions. Have a good day, everybody.